Furu' al-Din course. And so far we have explained the Furu' al-Din, the obligations. We've explained the Salah. We've explained Saum, fasting. We've explained Hajj. We've explained Khums and Zakat. So we've done 5 of them. We have 5 more left. What we're going to do is 4 of them, we're dividing them into basically one session for 2 and another session for 2 and then 1 more. So 3 more sessions we have left in this course. What we're covering right now is Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahi anil Munkar, the 6th and the 7th. And then there's also Tawalli and Tabarri, which we'll explain inshallah on Monday. And then we also have Jihad, the last one, Jihad, and we will explain the rules of Jihad. These are the obligations. So now we are at Al-Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahi anil Munkar, which means enjoining the good. This is one obligation. And Nahi anil Munkar, meaning forbidding and stopping the evil. So it is the duty of every Muslim. It is the duty of every Muslim to enjoin the good and forbid the evil. What does that mean? That means it is my duty to invite people to do that which is good. It is my duty to invite people to Islam. It's my duty to encourage people to do good deeds, encourage people to help out others. Because when you're a Muslim, can you go to the next slide, please? When you're a Muslim, when you're a believer, you're a positive force in the community and society. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want a person to just be a believer where they pray and they fast and they do their own worship, but they're not concerned with anything going on around them. That's wrong. What's the point of belief? What's the point of religion when, for example, I don't help out those who are in need? I don't support and reform my society and my community. So this is why we have this concept of al-amr bil ma'ruf wa nahi anil munkar. And this is a very important concept because someone might come and say, it's not my business. Let people live their lives. People are doing something wrong. Who cares? It's not my problem. Or people are not doing something correctly. It's not my problem. I don't need to come and tell them. But Islam says, yes, it is your problem. Because at the end of the day, we're all on one ship. If you're on a ship and you see someone who is digging and breaking the ship, making a hole in the ship, what are you going to do? You're going to tell them, right? Why? What happens if you don't tell them? The ship sinks. Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullah. If you don't tell them, the ship sinks. So now we are all in one ship. That means we have the obligation and we have the duty to do amr bil ma'ruf wa nahi anil munkar, enjoining the good and forbidding the evil. This is an obligation that we all have. And there are several verses in the Quran, there are several hadith from the Ahlul Bayt, from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, that talk about this very important obligation, the obligation of al-amr bil ma'ruf wa nahi anil munkar. So what is this obligation? Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Imran, verse 104, وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. And let there be, and there should be, a group amongst you who invite towards the good in order for acknowledged virtues, amr bil ma'ruf, and forbid from sin. And these it is that are the successful ones. So according to the Quran, the successful group of people in society are those who are the reformers, those who enjoin the good and forbid the evil. So this is an obligation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling me that in every community, in every society, we have to be from those who enjoin the good and forbid the evil. In another verse, Allah says in the Quran, "Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrajat linnas." You are the best nation as long as you do what? كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر. As long as you do أمر بالمعروف and nahi عن المنكر, you enjoin the good and forbid the evil, you will be from the best nations. The moment you stop, then you will not be the best of nations. In a hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa he says, how will it be for you when your woman will commit sins and your youth will transgress, and you will not order for acknowledged virtues nor forbid from sin? So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa he tells the Muslims, Kayfa bikum, how are you going to feel? How is it going to be when people start doing wrong and you don't enjoin the good and you don't forbid the evil? So the Muslims, they tell Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, this is actually going to happen? They thought that this was something, a very strange concept. And they tell him, will that happen, O Messenger of Allah? He said, yes. And then he said, how will it be for you when you order for sins and forbid from acknowledged virtues? تأمرون بالمنكر, meaning instead of doing amr bil ma'ruf wa nahi al munkar, you command people to do the wrong. And if you see someone doing something good, you start saying, oh, this is not right. Why is this person doing that? Do we see that going on in our communities and societies? Where people, they, instead of, if they see someone doing wrong, they tell them, don't do the wrong. Now you see it, it's become the opposite. Now you see, if someone's doing something good, people will come and tell us, why are you doing this? People see someone praying, people see someone fasting, people see someone going to Hajj, people see someone doing a good deed, and they come and they tell them, why do you do this? You don't need to do this. There's no need for you to do this. Instead, go to Las Vegas, go to spend your money, have fun, gamble, do whatever, all these things. It's the other way around. So then they tell him, Ya Rasulullah, that's going to happen? He tells them, yes, that will happen. Then he said, yes, and worse than that. What is worse than that? How will it be for you when you perceive the ma'roof as munkar, you see the good as wrong, and you see the wrong as good? So people now, their perspective and their perception of right and wrong has changed. And this is what's going on in this society, for example, and many other societies. For example, right now, what do you see being promoted in the schools, in the media, in Hollywood? You see violence. You see people, politicians, they come and they say, yeah, it's okay. You have to kill 60,000, 70,000 people. Kill them. It's okay. There's nothing. They come and instead of advocating for peace, they advocate for war. Instead of advocating for families to stay together, they come and they advocate for go and get divorced. They tell the girl, the lady, the wife, divorce your husband. They tell the husband, who cares about your wife? Everyone do your own thing, have fun. They come and they encourage homosexuality. Instead of encouraging families to stay together, they come and they encourage deviant behavior. So you see that this is something that is very common. So this is why amr bil ma'roof wa nahi anil munkar are obligations that are very important for us as Muslims. A lot of people, a lot of Muslims, they think that Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar, these obligations, oh, let the Shaykh, let the Sayyid, let the scholars, this is their job to do Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar. Is it just the job of the scholars? Whose job is it? Everyone. It's everyone's job. It's not just the scholar's job. Meaning, every single one of us, just as Salah is wajib, just as Zakat is wajib, just as Hajj is wajib, just as Khums is wajib, just as Zakat is wajib, you have obligations upon you to enjoin the good. That means, if I see someone not praying correctly, for example, I come and I teach this person how to pray. If I see someone not doing something properly, I come and I tell this person, I teach this person. And if I see someone doing something wrong, I have to come and correct this person. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar, it's kind of getting myself involved in other people's business. And some people don't like that. Some people, they're like, who are you to come and tell me? I want to do something wrong. Or who are you to come and tell me what to do? So here, there's a very important distinction, a very important point that we need to understand. and that is commanding good and forbidding evil, al-amr bil ma'ruf wa nahi anil munkar. It doesn't mean that I'm enforcing my belief on someone. We're not talking about beliefs. When it comes to beliefs, we cannot force beliefs upon someone. Even if someone is praying or someone is fasting or someone's doing something wrong, I can't enforce that upon someone. But sometimes there are levels. If someone is not a Muslim, this person doesn't even believe in what I believe in, is it my duty to come and tell this person, for example, how to pray? No, because this person doesn't even acknowledge Islam to begin with. This person doesn't even acknowledge the whole faith. And when it comes to beliefs, we cannot force our beliefs on people. Yes, we could invite people, we could encourage people, we could show people the beauty of Islam, the akhlaq of Islam, but I can't come and force someone to believe in Islam. Allah is very clear in Ayat al-Kursi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. This means that we cannot come and impose a belief on someone. And this is something that is very clear. However, Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar, there are some conditions and there are some rulings and ways that it applies to people. But before that, let's go and read some hadith. Can we go to the next slide, please? So there's hadith from the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. One of the Imams says, surely it is through ordering for acknowledged virtues that responsibilities stand ground, ideologies are safeguarded, earnings become permissible, oppression resisted, and earth inhabited, oppressed men with justice against oppressor, and the people do not receive any good when they do not order for the acknowledged virtues, nor forbid from sin, nor cooperate in doing good. So basically, the hadith is saying that without amr bil ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar, no one's going to assume responsibility. No one's going to stand for their ideologies. People are going to steal, cheat, hurt, abuse, do all this. And no one is going to be telling people, this is wrong, don't do this. You need to reform your society and reform your community. So then the Imam alayhi salam says, if a person does that, hence when they do not do that, blessings withdraw. Then the blessings from your life will be gone. Some of them overpower others, and there is no aid for them in the earth nor in the sky. Meaning people won't be able to help each other on earth, and the blessings from Allah are not going to come. What does this mean? This means that if I see someone doing something wrong, and I don't stop this person, then that means I'm encouraging and I'm silent to that wrong behavior. Slowly, one person doing wrong is going to become two. The two is going to become 10. The 10 are going to become 20. The 20 are going to become 1,000. The 1,000. Then the wrong way of life, the bad things are going to overpower anyone. Why? Because I chose not to come and tell this person, don't do this. This is wrong. I chose not to do my job in enjoining the good and forbidding the evil. Yes, sister. Okay. So there are ways. There are ways that it's done. In the next slide, I'm going to explain. There's conditions. It's not always my responsibility. Sometimes, if I know, for example, if my life is in danger, if someone's not going to listen to me, then I don't have to. And then there are ways. So, for example, if I see someone doing something wrong, I'm not supposed to encourage that person. I'm not supposed to laugh and hang out with this person. That's one way of showing this person that I'm displeased with this action. And then there's another level where I come and I tell this person. There are ways. In the next slide, I'm going to explain. But before that, ordering for wajib actions and forbidding from haram is at times wajib aini and at times wajib kifai. Who knows the difference between wajib aini and wajib kifai? What's wajib kifai? Okay. So wajib aini means it is something that is wajib upon every person. Like for example, salah. Prayer is wajib upon every person. Can someone come and say salah is not wajib on me? No. It's wajib upon every person. Wajib kifai is an obligation that is obligatory upon everyone, but if one person does it, then there's no need for others to do it. For example, when a person dies, what do we have to do when a person dies? We have to wash the body, we have to pray on the body, and we have to bury the body, right? The moment a person dies, it becomes wajib upon the whole community to make sure that this happens, to make sure that this body is washed, shrouded, and buried, and a salah is done. But the moment one person volunteers for this, it's not wajib upon anyone else. But if everyone's sitting and not doing anything, someone has to stand up and go and volunteer and do that. And this is wajib. This is an obligation. So here, scholars say that sometimes amr bil ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar is wajib aini, meaning it's wajib upon every person, and sometimes it's wajib kifai, meaning if one person does it, then there's no need to do it for everyone else. So amr bil ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar is wajib aini by means of expressive actions, not manhandling or words. So, for example, it's wajib aini, meaning that every person needs to show disapproval. Every person needs to show that they are not happy with what's going on. This is wajib upon every person. But it's not wajib upon every person to go and give a speech about this. Not wajib upon every person to go and actually do something. But I have to show my expression of disapproval in what's going on. For example, I see someone coming and he, for example, hits someone. He abuses someone. He does something wrong. Do I laugh with this person? No. I come and I show my disapproval. This is wrong. And if I have to frown, if I have to, in one way, express that I'm not happy with what this person is doing, that is obligatory upon every person, because I can't come and be happy with something wrong that's going on. If someone stole money and they're coming and they're saying I stole money and I laugh with this person, that means I'm encouraging that behavior. No, it's wajib upon everyone to say no, this is not right. Now, even if I don't say anything, but at least I show in my expression that I'm not happy with what's going on. Through these one's discomfort towards the action is expressed, meaning I show that I'm not happy with what's going on. This is one type of amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar. Imagine you do someone does something wrong and everyone's frowning in their face. Are they going to do it wrong again? No. Especially when it comes to, for example, in schools, you see someone is bullying or someone says a stupid joke and they think that it's right, I'm going to make people laugh, it's haram, it's wrong. If no one's laughing, no one's encouraging that behavior, this person is not going to do it anymore. So this is one. In such cases, if one person performs amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar, then others are not absolved from it. Meaning that if someone frowned in someone's face, means we all have to do that. We have to all show disapproval. And the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, Imam Ali, he narrates, he says, Rasulullah told us to meet the sinful with sullen faces, meaning we need to show them that no, this is not right behavior. For example, someone comes and says, I went to a party and I drank and I smoked and I did all these things. Just tell them no, this is not right. Show this person. بِوُجُوهٍ مُقْفَهِرَّةٍ, meaning you have to show them that this is not right. This is one. But if the situation is such that amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar is possible only through physical compelling or detaining, then it is only wajib kifai. So sometimes I have to speak out, just frowning in a person's face, or I might have to come and kind of do something physically to kind of enforce that rule, enforce that law, then it becomes something that I must do. Of course, here with this, they say it needs the permission of the imam or the representative of the imam, especially if you're using force. Of course, are you allowed to harm someone? No, you're not allowed to harm someone. But someone might come and say, for example, like, I'm a father. Okay, I'm a father, and my son or my daughter, they're at the age of salah, they're baligh, and they're not praying. Here, what am I supposed to do as a father? One, I have to, if I just frown in their face, that's not going to do anything. I have to come and use my words. You have to pray. Salah is wajib. Do this, do that. And then if I'm not being listened to when I'm saying that, I have to take it another level. Maybe I use some type of force. Now someone comes and tells me, what are you saying? Are you saying I have to go and hit them to pray? No, it doesn't necessarily mean hit them. Right now, for example, as a parent, how do parents convince their kids to go to school in the morning? Do they hit them to tell them to go to school? No. What do they do? Give you candy. See, this is one type of incentive. So you use different methods. You use different means to enforce what you want. And this is what it means. It means you have to be creative. You have to use these different methods and means to kind of enforce. But in some cases, this is not advocated, of course, a lot, and it shouldn't be. In some cases, physical force is sometimes used with the permission of the marja', with the permission of the imam. For example, there's a person during the time of Imam Ali, he was going around and stealing from people or something. And they keep telling him, don't, this is wrong. Then they have to come and imprison him. They have to come and hold him. They have to come and do something, detain this person to stop this person from doing the wrong. So if the acknowledged virtue is recommended, then ordering for it is also recommended. So for example, Salat al-Maghrib and Isha are wajib. So that means it's wajib on me to come and tell someone who's a Muslim, someone who's a believer, someone who acknowledges the Salah, I tell them go and pray. This is something that is wajib. However, Salat al-Layl, the midnight prayer, is that wajib or mustahab? It's mustahab. So that means here, it's also mustahab upon me to tell the person, if you want to pray, pray Salat al-Layl. It's recommended. If something is makruh, for example, divorce is makruh. So now here it becomes recommended upon me to come and tell this person to stay away from the makruh. It's not wajib. If the person wanted to go and get divorced, they're not doing anything haram. So here, but with amr bil ma'ruf and nahy al munkar for mustahab or makruh, the person addressed should not be put in any trouble or disrespect. So sometimes, if someone is doing something haram, say someone is outside drinking alcohol, if I see this person outside, I could come and yell at this person. I could come and tell this person, this is wrong, this is haram, don't do this. He's doing it in public. But for example, someone didn't do tasbihat al-Zahra. Can I come and disrespect this person? No. Because that's a mustahab. I can't come and disrespect this person. Yeah, I could take this person aside, and it's mustahab for me to come and tell this person, I recommend you do this. This is very recommended. But it's not wajib on me. And I should not make this person be uncomfortable or show any type of disrespect. But if someone is doing something haram, then yes, at times, if they're doing it in public, then I could kind of scold this person. Yes, sister. Is she Muslim? She's not Muslim, then she's not going to listen to you. Because she doesn't even believe in that as her ruling. If you're encouraging that behavior, if that is seen as encouraging that type of behavior, because even if they're non-Muslims, if I'm liking a post, that means I'm encouraging them. So if that is seen as encouraging deviant behavior, then yes, it might be haram on me to do that as well. Yes. So it depends. If someone is a Muslim, say someone from our community, Muslim, follower of the Ahl Bayt, they know all the rules, they follow the marj, everything, and they're coming and publicly they're doing something wrong. Since they're doing it in public, now I could come and tell this person in public as well. But if I tell this person in public, maybe this person is going to say, you know what, forget you, forget your religion, and they're gonna leave, and they're gonna have a bad reaction to what I said. Here, the responsible thing to do is take this person to aside and tell this person in a gentle way where I'm not putting this person on the spot. Because maybe, for example, someone is not, not doing something that they're supposed to be doing. But they don't they need the encouragement. They need the good way to invite this person to do it. Yes. Yes. And these I'm going to mention the 5 conditions right now. Can you go to the next slide, please? Do you have a question about what was just said or the condition? Okay. No, not necessarily impact others. Maybe, for example, someone's not praying, and that's not impacting others. That's just hurting themselves. Here, if I have now, sometimes I don't have authority over someone, but maybe, for example, my son, my daughter, I could kind of the same way I pressure them to go to school, I could kind of put them in a situation where I tell them, "Yalla, come and pray right now next to me." No, because la ikraha fi din is talking about beliefs. But someone who already believes in Islam, someone who already acknowledges the laws of Islam, the rules of Islam, now that they have acknowledged this, now we're on the same boat. So now I have to come and enforce the salah. But someone who does not acknowledge Islam, then that means I'm forcing belief on this person. I can't force a belief on this person. I invite this person. Once they accept the belief, then we're on the same boat. Then we both believe in the same thing. Now, because he is my brother, because we are mu'mineen, now it becomes out of compassion, because of my love towards him, Allah tells me you have to invite this person to do the good. Say, for example, you have someone in your class with you, and you're applying to go to the school, and you see this person, not knowingly, they're on the same grade as you, they're in the same class as you, but they're not applying correctly. They're going to the wrong website, or they're not doing what they're like. You need to start applying now. They're playing PlayStation. You come and you tell this person. You come and you tell this person, listen, I care for you. This is why I'm telling you, apply right now. But say this person was not even in your class, like a different religion. Say, for example, then you're not required to tell them. But since they're in the same level as you, since they're the same faith as you, it's not la ikraha fi din anymore. You had a question? Yes. Yeah. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, they saw someone who was not doing wudu correctly. You know that story? What did they do? Respectfully, they started debating with one another. They started saying, "No, this is wrong. This is how you're doing it," in front of the guy. The guy came to the realization that they're both doing it correctly and he's doing it wrong. So he understood, and they did it in a very compassionate way. So now we'll go over the 5 conditions, and then things will become clearer, inshallah. So what are the 5 conditions of Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahi anil Munkar, enjoining the good and forbidding the evil? The first is that the person should have knowledge of what is wajib and haram related to the act, although in a broad spectrum. So if I don't know the rules of salah, should I come and tell this person, hey, what you're doing is wrong and you should pray like this and pray like that? No, because I don't have knowledge. I don't have the knowledge of the rules of khums. Is it my job to come and tell someone if I don't have the knowledge about it? No. Because I might tell someone something wrong. And a lot of times you see this happening. You see some people, they have this desire to get into other people's business, but they don't even know. They're telling people the wrong thing. And this is one thing that disqualifies you from doing Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi anil Munkar. Second, the chances of Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahi anil Munkar of having an effect on a person. If it does not have an effect, all you do is show displeasure. So right now, say I have a non-Muslim neighbor, and I know that this non-Muslim neighbor is not going to listen to me if I tell them, come and pray 5 times a day. They don't even believe in what I believe in. There's no chance that this person is going to come and pray with me because they don't even believe in Islam. Should I come and tell this person? No. Or for example, I know someone is not going to listen to me. That's it. I just know that this person, that's not their lifestyle that they've chosen. They're not going to listen to me. They're Muslim, they're Shia, they're follower of the Al-Bayt, but they chose a different lifestyle. It's not wajib on me to tell them because they've already not listened to me. Yes, sister. You know they're not going to listen to you, then you don't need to. Yes. You could tell them once. If they listen to you, they listen to you. If they didn't listen to you, then that's it. But if you think that there's a possibility, there's a chance that you could kind of get this person's heart to soften and listen to you, then you continue trying. But if you know, or if you have authority over that person, yeah, it's your child, it's your brother, it's your sister, it's someone that you kind of have authority over, you could come and tell them. But say someone will not listen to me. I don't have authority over this person. They don't even see me as a reliable source of, someone to come and tell them. Then it is not my duty. Third, the decision to repeat or do it the first time, meaning the circumstances are where this person is either continuing to do something and there's a chance he's going to listen to me. I tell him, don't do this. Or they're going to do it the first time. Meaning someone, for example, they take a cigarette, they want to do it the first time. I could come and tell this person, no, don't do it. But say, for example, someone did it 5 years ago. They did something and they're not doing it again. Or this person is just not going to listen at all. Then there's no need to tell this person. Amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar will become wajib if it is known that the other person has decided to commit the act as a repetition or as a first-time act in a way that rational people feel Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi anil Munkar is relevant in the particular case. So say, for example, someone's addicted to smoking. This person is addicted. They've been smoking for 50 years. If I come and I tell this person, please don't smoke, they're going to tell me, get out of my way. They're not going to listen to me. But if it's their first time, the chances of them listening to me are going to be much higher. So this is a third. The fourth is that there should be no religious excuse. The wajib and haram should be applicable to the person performing it. If he has a valid religious excuse, then the amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar does not come into force. So say, for example, someone in the month of Ramadan, a lady is not fasting because she's on her menstrual cycle. Do I come and I tell her, hey, why aren't you fasting? No. It's because she has a religious valid excuse. Or someone's traveling in the month of Ramadan. Someone is traveling. Do I come and I tell this person, why are you? No, because they have a valid excuse. Or they did not know something that was haram. For example, someone is drinking something, it has something najis in it, and they didn't know about it. They didn't know that it was haram, and they keep drinking. Here, they didn't know that this was haram. So they're not acknowledging, yeah, it's my job to come and tell this person what's in this is wrong, you should stop. But I don't come and scold this person because of what's going on. So this is one. Or maybe someone follows a marja, follows a scholar, and that marja says that you're allowed to do this. There's marja, for example, there are some maraja that say playing chess is halal. There are other maraja that say playing chess is haram. So if someone is playing chess because their marja told them it's okay, is it my job? Is it my duty to come and tell this person, no, this is haram? Unless for me, I'm doing my duty. I believe it's haram, and they don't have to listen to me, and I could say that this is wrong. But the moment this person tells me my marja has said it's okay, then that's it. It's not my responsibility anymore. They're following the approach and the methodology. So this is one. The fifth is that no harm. There should be no darar. So if the life, property, and honor up to a noteworthy magnitude of the person doing Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar is endangered, or if the performance of the Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar causes unbearable distress to him or her, then it is not wajib anymore. So, say for example, I go and I tell someone, I do Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar, and they fire me from my job. I get fired from my job. Am I required to put myself in that situation? No, I'm not required. Unless I see someone being killed. Something there, everyone, Allah has given you the aql. You know where you kind of step in and intervene, and you know where you do not intervene and do not step in. So, or it causes unbearable distress for you. Say, for example, I have to get on a plane and I have to spend $2,000, fly somewhere to come and tell this person, hey, don't do this. This is unbearable distress. Allah does not want, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. So these were the conditions. Any questions about the conditions? Okay, go to the next slide, please. The method of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi an al Munkar. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to invite people to do the good and invite people to Islam in a good way. Not a terrorizing way. Not the way ISIS or Taliban or Al-Qaeda or all of these terror organizations, the way they were trying to impose the religion of Islam and their Salafi, their weird, twisted beliefs. They come and they want to impose it upon people by going and destroying homes and killing and beheading and doing all these things. No, this is not what Islam comes with. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very clearly says in chapter 16, verse 25, Id'u ila sabili rabbik bil hikmati wal maw'idhati al hasana wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan. Invite all to the way of your Lord with wisdom and kind advice, and only debate with them in the best way possible, in the best manner. Even if you're debating with someone, debate in the best way possible. So what does that mean? The method, one, first, I show expressive actions. So, Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar through acting, behaving, style of talking in a way that shows disapproval. This is done without explicit mention of the sin to the specific person. So, say for example, we're all sitting here and someone starts backbiting. Someone does ghiba. If I laugh or if I listen and I show approval, I'm also falling in the haram. So here, right away, I come and I say no. I just turn around and I show in my face that I am displeased with this type of behavior. This is the first level. Sometimes this might work with someone. Say, for example, someone right in front of me came and did something wrong, and I come and I tell this person, no, don't do this. Or I don't even need to say don't do this. I just give this person the expression where I show this person that I'm not happy with what this person is doing. That might be enough. They'll get it. Especially, you see, for example, a child. Sometimes a young child, they do something wrong. The parents, they just come and they give them that, they raise their eyebrows. The child is not going to do it anymore. That's it. The child is going to learn. They get the message. This is one. Second, sometimes you have to escalate it through words. So you mention it about it directly through words, and encouraging or discouraging through words, including advising and admonishing. So I come and I take this person aside I tell this person, no, this is not right. This is wrong. Ghiba is bad. It's haram. This is wrong. This is right. And you come and you tell this person. So you bring it a level further. So these are all levels. Maybe the first level might work with you. But the most important thing is that we have to keep in mind that it's wajib upon us. Especially the first one where I kind of showed disapproval. This is wajib upon every single one of us. A lot of people, they see their family, their friends, their relatives doing something wrong and they stay quiet. And sometimes they even encourage it. And sometimes they see, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. What they're doing is not wrong. No. So first, expressive actions and then words. And third, if it comes to that case, if it's going to work, if you believe it's not going to work or it's going to cause you harm or any of the other, this person has a religious excuse, this person is not going to listen to me, there's no effect, then you don't need to. But if you see that there's a chance, then you escalate it to physical compelling, meaning either forcing this person, confining, but not up to the extent of injury or harm, and must be done with the permission of the jurist. And of course, for example, here in America, you come and you try to force this person to do something, they'll come and they'll call the cops on you. So that means it causes harm for you, so you don't have to do it. But we're talking about a society, a time where you are able to. For example, say a mother or a father, they're able to enforce something upon their children, but you can't enforce it upon strangers and other people. Yes, Taha. So there are some narrations that say, for example, that your child or someone who is, for example, fasting in the month of Ramadan, they're coming out and they're eating in front of people. They're eating in front of people. If you're living in a Islamic society, we're not talking about here outside, and we're not. This does not apply to where we are living right now. But say you're living in an Islamic society, the rules of Islam, everyone's fasting, but someone's coming out and eating in front of everyone. This person, people could come and force this person away, where he's not coming and eating in front of people, or take away the food from this person, something like that. It all depends on how much authority or power you have. Here we don't have any power, so this does not apply to us. But if you're living in, for example, the time of the Imams, the Prophet, where the rule of law is being implemented, this is the law, then they would be able to use authority. Just like right now, if someone doesn't pay taxes, for example, the police are going to come. They're going to come and get involved. If you did something wrong, the police are going to get involved. At that time, we're talking about a Muslim society where the rules are all the laws of Islam are being implemented. Yes, yes. You could leave right away, or you could tell them to stop. You leave right away, you're not involved in the backbiting, you didn't support it, you didn't do anything wrong. You tell them to stop, you're going a level further, and that's Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi an Munkar. And that could be, if you believe that that's going to have an impact on them, then you should do that, yes. Or you could do that and then leave. Okay? So, another very important point is that no haram can be done through enjoining the good or forbidding the evil. This is what ISIS was doing. They used to go and destroy, kill, do so much. They're doing all the haram, and then they're coming and they're saying, we want to build the khilafah, we want to build the caliphate. No, they're doing all the haram, they're doing wrong. So no haram can be done in the process of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi an Munkar. Yes, sister. Yeah. So they need to, for example, if I don't pray and I come and I tell you, oh, you should pray, then that doesn't work. I need to be praying to tell you. I need to be practicing fasting to tell you to do it. I need to be giving khums to come and tell people to give khums. If I'm not doing it, then that's going to defeat the purpose. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone? Okay. So the slides are over. We basically finished. Yes, sister. No, you this time it becomes, if you know harm is going to come out of this, then you have to say something. Yes, yes. It's haram. You're not doing the amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar. So amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar is an obligation, just like salah, zakat, hajj. If you don't do it, it's haram. Yeah, because you have to do it in a kind way or in a way where you measure the circumstances. Maybe one person, I have to kind of be tough on this person. Another person, I have to kind of be kind and soft to attract this person. Each one has their own ways. To tell them what you're doing is bad. Yeah. Yeah, educate them. Ali? No, it's not backbiting if someone is publicly doing something wrong. If they publicly do something that is wrong, then that means they don't care. They don't care about what people are going to say. So I could come and say this. I saw this person outside, and this is what they were doing publicly. Yes, Taha. Whatever works. If that's gonna work, then do it in a way that it works. Yes. Any other questions? So I heard a scholar once. He was talking about amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar, and he was asking the people in front of him. He told them, "What is the sin that most people commit on the day of judgment? Most people are going to see that they have committed that sin. What do you guys think is the sin that most people commit? Backbiting? What else? Backbiting? Does anyone have another say something else? Yeah. Not praying? Okay. What else? Yep. Not doing amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar. That's a sin. If when we don't do amr bil ma'ruf and nahi al munkar, we are doing a sin. And most of us do that. Maybe I don't backbite. I pray, I fast, I go to Hajj, I do everything, but I see someone doing wrong, I see someone doing something haram. I say, it's not my business. I don't need to tell them. And I know that I have an impact on this person. Maybe I'll be able to. A lot of times this happens within families. Like, for example, a father or a mother, they don't enforce Islam upon their children because, oh, they're my children. They're doing something. It's okay. I'm going to let them go. This is haram. So, not doing amr bil ma'ruf and nahi an munkar is probably the sin that is mostly committed by people. And this is what I heard the scholar saying. So it's a serious issue. And the moment we actually look at it as one of the furu' ad-din, then it will kind of kick in and make sense for us. A lot of people we think it's like extra credit if I do it, you know. Let me just do it, and if I don't do it, then it's okay. But no, it is an obligation that needs to be done. Okay? Any other questions? Basically, we mentioned the conditions. We mentioned the conditions. If those conditions are met, then It's a sin if I don't do it. If those conditions are not met, many times these conditions are met, are not met. For example, I might not have knowledge of the situation, or this person has an excuse, or there's no effect. But if there's a chance that it has an effect on this person, then I should tell them. Yes. Just tell them to stop. Because if you're telling them the truth, then that means you're getting involved in that conversation. It's better to just stop, end it, and take yourself out of it. Because the moment you get in, then you might be saying something that might be seen as backbiting, and you don't want to get involved in any of that. Okay? Any other questions? No questions? Okay. والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Inshallah, our next session will be on Monday, and then we have Wednesday. So Monday we're going to talk about التولي والتبري, and Wednesday jihad, and we'll be done inshallah.